Hey there, and welcome to This Explainer. I am so glad you're here with us today. I'm putting on my real estate advisor hat right now because we are tackling a situation that is, well, it's equal parts incredibly exciting and completely stressful. We're talking about outgrowing your starter home. You know the feeling, right? You've built an amazing life there, but suddenly the walls are closing in, the yard feels tiny, and you are just desperate to get into that specific school zone before fall. It is a fantastic problem to have, but actually navigating that transition, man, that can be incredibly daunting. So it all starts with this one big question. How much cash do you actually need to move up? I mean, it seems like a simple enough question, but here is the hard truth, folks. Having a house full of wonderful memories and great curb appeal doesn't automatically mean you have the usable cash required to actually make a move. We really have to separate the dream from the math. Okay, let's dive right into this. My absolute golden rule for anyone looking to upgrade is this. Moving is a sequence, not a leap. Think of it like a giant puzzle. If you try to jump blindly from your current home right into your dream home, you're going to fall. Upgrading successfully is all about executing a carefully planned, step-by-step strategy. To get you there safely, here's our consultation roadmap for today. We're going to start with the move-up dilemma, decode your usable equity, break down 3 distinct strategies for making the move, and finally, look at how to leverage your backup options. All right, let's jump into Section 1, the move-up dilemma. This is all about navigating your family's goals versus your financial realities. See, your family's lifestyle goals, like needing that home office or getting into a specific school zone, they often collide head-on with your financial reality. But as our source material perfectly points out, most homeowners assume they need more equity than they actually do. I want to reassure you right now, if you've been in your starter home for a while, you likely already have the leverage you need to make this happen. You just haven't been shown exactly how to unlock it yet. To really understand your leverage, you have to understand the gap. In high-demand markets like Lakewood Ranch, for example, which our sources analyze pretty closely, the financial gap between an entry-level starter home and a move-up home is typically around $200,000 to $400,000. That right there is the specific gap your equity must conquer. You don't need to fund the entire new house from scratch, you just need to cover that gap. Moving right along to Section 2, decoding your usable equity. We're talking paper equity versus usable cash. We absolutely need to shatter a massive real estate myth right now. The estimated value of your home on some app, yeah, that does not equal the cash in your pocket. The absolutely crucial point is this equation right here, your usable equity. You take your estimated sale price, subtract your remaining mortgage payoff, and actually, this is the part literally everyone forgets. You subtract all your selling costs. The number you are left with at the very end is the actual tangible cash you can apply toward the next home. So once we know your usable equity, we have to divide it into what we call the real cash buckets. You see, the down payment is just one piece of the puzzle. You also have your purchase closing costs, sales side costs like commissions and staging, cash reserves for after you move, and transition costs. If you're only planning for the down payment, well, you are for sure going to get stuck. I want to pause on that last bucket for just a second. Transition costs mean avoiding moving your kids twice. This is exactly why this matters so much. We aren't just crunching numbers for the fun of it here. Funding these hidden buckets is how we ensure a seamless, stress-free move that actually protects your family's daily routine. Okay, let's get into the actual pathways. Section 3, Strategy 1, Selling First to maximize your financial certainty. Selling first is definitely the most traditional and straightforward approach, but as we'll see, it can also be the most disruptive. Let's weigh this out. On the plus side, selling first gives you absolute financial certainty. You know your exact budget down to the penny, and there is zero risk of getting stuck paying 2 mortgages at once. But there are some significant cons. If your house sells fast, the clock starts ticking immediately. You are suddenly under intense pressure to quickly find a new home in that competitive school zone, and you know what that leads to? Settling for a house you don't really love, or worse, having to move your whole family into a rental while you keep shopping. Because look, if your home sells before you secure the next one, you may need a backup plan. If you choose this sell-first route, as your advisor, I will absolutely insist we build in some safety nets. We're talking negotiating a rent-back agreement with your buyer or having a short-term temporary housing plan ready to go from day one. You simply cannot rely on perfect timing in real estate. So what's the alternative? Section 4, Strategy 2, Buying First. This is all about prioritizing the dream home. Now, if the mere idea of moving twice makes you break out in a cold sweat, this path is for you.
It's for families who have a highly specific target home and absolutely refuse to compromise. The pros here are a massive emotional win. You secure the exact home in the exact neighborhood with zero risk of a double move. Your kids transition smoothly, but man, the cons are heavy. This path brings high financial stress. You might be floating two properties simultaneously, and let me tell you, the strict lender qualification hurdles to prove you can afford that overlap are intense.
We have to remember the goal isn't just to move, it's to live comfortably after closing. Depleting every single ounce of your cash reserves just to buy first is a very dangerous game. Think about it. Your new home might have higher taxes, higher insurance, or maybe a sudden maintenance issue pops up. We have to leave room for actual life after the closing table.
So, is there a middle ground? Yes. Section 5, Strategy 3, the hybrid plan. This is the safe transition.
If selling first is too disruptive and buying first is too financially stressful, what on earth do? We use the hybrid plan. It's this beautifully nuanced safety path that blends the absolute best of both worlds. And this brilliantly illustrates how we take back control. Step 1, we accurately estimate your usable proceeds. Step 2, we get hyper-specific about those target neighborhoods. Step 3, we secure upfront offers on your current home before it even goes on the public market. And finally, Step 4, armed with those guaranteed offers, you buy your next home safely with maximum leverage.
The best professional advisors always build in contingencies. Why? Because a backup plan is not a sign that something is wrong. It is how you avoid a rushed decision. The entire hybrid plan is built on giving you a structural safety net so your family's timeline is completely protected no matter what the market does. Which brings us to our final section, Section 6, Leveraging Your Backup Options with Safety Nets and Modern Real Estate Tools. Modern real estate isn't just about sticking a for sale sign in the yard anymore. There are some incredibly sophisticated financial tools available now designed specifically for move-up buyers. Let's look at how these stack up. A traditional sale, it gives you low certainty and a really high risk of a double move. But consider buy before you sell programs. They offer high certainty, fast speed, and zero risk of a double move because the program literally bridges the financial gap for you. And what about upfront offers? They provide immediate speed and a guaranteed price floor. These modern options give you immense leverage over the old traditional methods. I really want to highlight the power of upfront offers for a second. Securing offers from institutional or private buyers before you even hit the open market establishes a guaranteed price floor. It is literally the ultimate fallback plan. When you go out shopping for that larger home, knowing you already have guaranteed cash offers right there in your back pocket, that completely eliminates the anxiety of market timing and gives you incredible negotiating power. We've covered a whole lot of ground today, but if you take just one thing away, make it this. Align your financial sequence perfectly with your family's ultimate goals. The whole shebang, the usable equity calculations, the cash buckets, the hybrid planning, it all exists for one single reason: to get your family exactly where they belong, safely, and without the nightmare of a rushed transition. So what does this all mean for you? Are you ready to map your sequence and move with leverage? It's time to stop guessing about your equity, stop tossing and turning over the timeline, and start intentionally planning your move-up strategy. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today. I really hope this gives you the clarity and the confidence to take that next great step for your family. Catch you next time.